We have multiple casualties, GSWs at the medical tent.
Several casualties.
We got one shot in the head.
I have 3 critical patients in my vehicle. I'll be taking them to Sunrise.
First, when I heard the sound, I thought somebody had lit off firecrackers because it was just this very rapid fire sound. And then we heard it repeat, and then just soon after that, one of the police officers came running up the stairs to our side with his sidearm drawn. So we knew at that time that what we were hearing was gunshots.
He shoved me down on the floor, and we got the people next to us, and we all got down on the floor, and everybody started running and screaming.
We both actually looked at each other and said simultaneously that we need to get across the field to the medical tent.
And then he pushed me down again because of the volley of fire and covered me. Every time he did that, I thought I was going to feel him slump against me, and that would be the last time I would feel him alive. And he did that several times the whole way across the field. But I knew that we had to get to the tent because we were running past people who were already dead on the ground.
In that first 20 minutes from the gunshots to when they started arriving, we had cleared the patients out of the ER. We opened up all our trauma bays. We moved every available gurney, every wheelchair, every staff member that could push a gurney was out in the ambulance bay just sort of waiting for all these patients to come in. And then you can hear them, the sirens. And they're getting louder and louder and louder.
Once I got to the medical tent, we started working on identifying the most critically injured, the less acute injuries. I'd looked down at my phone, and my phone had blown up. I knew I needed to get to Sunrise because I was starting to get reports that they were overwhelmed.
I was actually at home getting ready for bed, and my phone started ringing. The first thing I saw was that there was a mass casualty event and to report to Sunrise.
I was home that night and was actually going to sleep, and was just about to when the group text went out. And I responded, jumped in the shower, and put on my scrubs and went in. I just had never seen anything like that with the waiting room. I mean, just standing room only, just packed, packed in there, and just vehicles kind of all around the hospital.
Multiple cabs, Ubers, trucks. EMS was there with 5 or 6 patients in each rig. And then when I walked into the ED, there were patients everywhere. Blood started to stain the floors.
There was blood everywhere, the floors, the walls, chairs, gurneys. We had patients in every space we could think to put a patient. We tripled or quadrupled the footprint of the ER, taking over peds, PACU, every space we could.
All hands on deck. Every ounce of energy in every location in the ER was full. Everyone dropped their titles, dropped their presuppositions, and just tried to save a life.
Dr. Menez did a fantastic job to set up the initial triage, and he followed MCI training to a T.
It was something that allowed us to have few doctors and hundreds of patients, but still come through with a remarkable save rate.
Having TeamHealth being our hospitalist program, we had 3 hospitalists show up that night and discharge 150 patients, which made room for the influx of patients that we needed to have beds for.
Every member of the TeamHealth and HCA families came to the hospital that night to help. From nurses and paramedics to the radiologist who came in and followed the portable machine around to just do spot reads. The cleaning people volunteered and came in, and they were doing an amazing job to try to just keep the blood at bay. We didn't let anything get in our way of patient care.
Anybody who could have been saved that night who came to our hospital, we saved them.
I don't think you can ever be prepared for the worst mass casualty in U.S. history, but we did have a lot of experience as a team, and I think having the integrated medical leadership and kind of the cadence of our ER every day where we're seeing 500 patients really did enable us to do that.
Everybody was there with one purpose, and that purpose was to help people. They all stepped up and really saved a lot of lives that night.
I had 2 jobs that night. I had my responsibility, my job as her husband to keep Beth safe, and my responsibility as an emergency medicine provider to go help the wounded and the dying.
He is my hero. He is my hero. He's the love of my life and my hero.